cognitive
係 cognitive 嗰陣。
嚇咩事啊？
得我哋兩個啫。
冇理佢哋啦，我哋上我哋啦。OK 好。Okay, so let's take a look. Basically, we're in the chapter 4, meaning to say we are in the connective process. Let's take a look, see now. Where do we stop? Actually, we are stopping in this part. We call it as the procedure of the registration. What does it mean, the procedure of registration? Basically, class, if you remember that, we'll try to explain why we met somebody we hate. For example, if you're running business, you involve some American dollars, maybe the bond or what. Now I think you will hate Donald Trump a lot. Okay, so in Buddhism, maybe we will say that, oh, really, this guy is my bad karma, incurred me loss, a lot of certainty. So how do we explain in the abhidhamma? So basically, the registration is the rules. We got certain rules to tell you. For example, you see, if let's say you met Donald Trump, okay, according to abhidhamma, it mentioned that this is your past life karma ripen. So basically, class, if let's say we use this diagram to explain, okay, maybe this is a little bit not that good. Let's try to use the English version. Okay, class, we go to the list of the table. The table is in the chapter number 4. Okay, chapter number 4 is about, let's see first. Okay, the very great 155, page 155, please. 155. Okay, so this is the diagram. We'll try to explain 點解你會遇到衰神 in the harsh way, you see. Okay, class, if let's say from Abhidhamma viewpoint, you take a look in the I consciousness, the receiving, the investigating, and also the registration. In the chapter number 1, it will be categorized with favorable and unfavorable. If you remember that. Okay. Once, according to Abhidhamma, once you met Donald Trump, then you hate him a lot. So meaning to say that the bad karma ripen. So all involved this the consciousness, all this receiving, I consciousness, receiving, investigation, registration, all is the unfavorable. Okay, so since this is all unfavorable, so your jhana will come to the anger. So you feel you hate him a lot. Okay, so this is how we use this to explain. Meaning to say that once you met your bad karma ripen, you can't change all this because that when the object karma come to you, you see him, you reflect in your brain. Then before it come to the brain, the whole process all is the unfavorable. Okay, but same if let's say now another leader change, maybe the one have a good policy, more moderate American leader, president. Then you think, oh yes, he run a very good business, the share market booming very well, go back, everything go back, economy go back. So you feel very happy. So maybe in Buddhist, we will explain that, oh, my good karma really ripen. So whatever investment I do, I earn money because the good presidents come back. So we explain that that good president, it comes to you that, meaning to say that all of your this, we call it as the I consciousness, receiving, investigation, and also the registration, all is the favorable. All is the favorable. So meaning to say that, so since all is the favorable, then your jhana will appear that it's more favorable. I mean the consciousness. You feel joyful. So that is the meaning for the, the registration, procedure of the registration. Okay, you get it? So the previous lesson, we try to explain this. But anyway, they got one rule. Basically, the karma we can't change one, but the jhana is variable. What does that mean? If let's say Donald Trump come, according to the rule of the karma, you're supposed to hate him because he incurred you a lot of loss. But since you learn the Buddhism, so in the jhana, you can do the meditation, metta bhavana. So it will change, actually according here, because all is unfavorable. but you can become favorable here. So you still feel joyful, or you don't hate him. So meaning to say the jhana is somewhere you can change. Okay, even though the karma is unchangeable. So in a simple way that we got certain rule that you can only change. You can only we said that you can change something. You can change something, but it subjects to your vibhaka also. Say you look black now a little bit. Maybe you now you look bright a little bit. Okay. So this is the meaning for this. Okay. So this example, it is applicable to many contexts. Okay. For example, you see, like we said that even though like Shakyamuni, for us, if you met Shakyamuni, it's supposed to be good karma ripen, right? How about for the Christian? They thought, another demon come. See or not? So meaning to say that for them the vibhaka is unfavorable, meeting the Buddha. Okay, but and then the jhana is unfavorable. They hate him. See or not? But in the same way is some people they enjoy for being tortured one, right? Not if you're being if you have been tortured, you should hate for being tortured. But somebody they feel enjoy, you see. So meaning to say, when they met somebody abuser we think it should be bad karma for most of us. But for them, the vibhaka, it come maybe the favor. It's supposed to become maybe unfavorable one. But you will enjoy. So all this we call it as what? This is all we call it is a wrong view So that's why the good thing comes, you feel bad, and the bad thing comes, you feel good. So this is what we learned before regarding the procedure of the registration. Okay, you get it? You get it? So this is we can do something change. Okay, now we go to the next part is regarding this. Okay. Yes, let's see. Okay, after the procedure of registration, now we come. This is the we call it as the advantageous bhavanga. Kohong, can you please read the passage by at the end of the jhana, please?
Okay, Sifu, just give me a minute. Let me scroll down to the page.
Yeah, no problem. Take your time. Okay.
But at the end of the jhanas, accompanied by displeasure, the registration, mind moment, and the life continuum are both accompanied by equanimity. Therefore, in the case of one whose rebirth...
Sorry, Sifu. Sorry, Kok Hong. Sifu, I think on the 3rd of May, we are ready.
Finish this.
Yes, no, you have given us you have highlighted the important point. Then I think we stopped there and
the law of registration.
Yeah.
Okay. So where should I start? I should start from the law of registration, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so this is summary, meaning to say nothing already. We should start with the procedure of jhana, right?
Also finish.
Finish the jhana already. Okay.
Yeah, we are at the analysis by way of individual.
Meaning to say that this is why I put the example for the psyche from the Shakyamuni or fire, water together. Have I ever talked about that?
No.
No, it's this. So we're supposed to start here procedure of the jhana. So this part will explain how Shakyamuni. How about this advantages? Because my here part is a blank, Have you ever
S18?
advantages?
God, I got highlight
already lah.
17. What Sifu saying is 174, page 174 now.
Okay. So you mean I should start the procedure of jhana, right?
But we have gone through all this.
What is it?
We've gone through, isn't it?
Yeah, gone through. We are
gone through also.
It should be 179 already.
Yes, 179.
179. Okay, so
Because
okay, wait lah. Let's see. So we're supposed to start. Is this? Okay, 17. Okay, let's see. How about the Jhavana entertainment? Shall we start here?
Jhavana entertainment explained already.
I also explain. Okay, let's
Yeah.
continue. Let's see.
The guide to
Maybe we start
2025.
Okay. How about this analysis by way of individual?
yes, this one.
yes, yeah. Because Sifu, I think that day you highlight already. Then after that, if I'm not mistaken, you said you explain it the next class or something like that.
This one analysis by way of individual. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we start here lah. I think I didn't properly save my bookmark so all gone already. Okay, never mind. I let Kok Hong just read the passage again. Okay, so let me try to explain a little bit. So beside that, the karma, we go to the root of the Jhavana. In the root of Jhavana, meaning to say that usually our Jhavana only have 7 in the sensuous or sensual realm. Well, if before we death, the Jhavana only 5 only is very weak. But they got very exceptional case if a Shakyamuni Buddha is performing the psychic I mean emitting the fire and the water together. There were also 5 Jhavana can complete the whole thing. So after this, we go to the next part. Is regarding regarding that usually the Jhavana, the Jhavana. If let's say you enter to the jhana, you begin with the first moment. Okay, then you can prolong it after the training. Okay, and then besides that, the Jhavana, if it is in the Magga and Phala, especially the Magga, even though one moment is enough to eradicate the defilement for goods, okay. And then also one moment of the psyche of the Jhavana is enough to perform the whole task. For example, you want to make yourself 1,000 of you appear. Just one moment of the Jhavana of psyche is already good enough to perform. So this is what previously we mentioned that So now we begin here Okay, is analysis by way of individual. Yes, Kok Hong, please. Rootless and the double-rooted, please.
Rootless and double-rooted. Herein, to those with double-rooted and rootless rebirth consciousness, functional jhavana and absorptions jhavana do not arise. Likewise, in a blissful plane, resultants accompanied by knowledge also do not arise. But in a woeful plane, great resultants dissociated from knowledge are not found. The beings for whom the functions of rebirth, bhavanga, and death are performed by either of the 2 types of investigating consciousness. Those for whom these functions are performed by one of the great resultants dissociated from knowledge have a double-rooted dukkha rebirth consciousness, the root of non-delusions or wisdom being absent. In such beings, the functional jhavana, which are exclusive to Arahant, cannot arise, nor can such being attain absorptions either by way of jhana or the path. Moreover, for being in the woeful plane, the only citta that can perform the role of registration are the 3 types of rootless investigating consciousness. In a blissful plane, such as the human world or the sense-fierce heaven, for those reborn by a relacking citta devoid of wisdom. Owing to the inferiority of the rebirth consciousness, 3-rooted great resultants do not arise in the role of registration. For this being, the registration citta are only rootless or double-rooted. In the woeful plane, where the rebirth consciousness is invariably rootless, even 2-rooted great resultants do not perform the role of registration. Only the rootless resultants can arise in this role.
Okay. Never mind, I can stop here first. Kok Hong, is English your main language during your career?
Yes.
No wonder, because the way you speak seems that it means that it shows that you use it quite frequently. I think we have Chinese act, right? But the way you speak, meaning to say you use quite frequently. Okay, so we try to highlight the point. Okay, first. Okay. Yeah, raise hand once you finish. Okay. Okay, class, if let's say we try to forget all the technical term, what is the whole passage mean? Meaning to say, number one, if let's say if you are reborn in the nature of mental retarded, you have both sexual organ, you don't have any sexual organ, you are handicapped, especially you can't see, you can't hear, you can't speak, you are all considered rootless. Then the second group of people, we call it as a double root only, without the wisdom. So this type of people, they look as normal, you and I. Okay, but anyway, these two group of people, even how hard, no matter how hard they meditate, they can't attain any jhana and any nibbana. So that's the whole text mean. Okay, so we need to say that, usually during the meditation, if you work very hard, long time meditate, still cannot attain first jhana, usually people will go to ask, if they know this theory, if you learn in the tradition of Abhidhamma, you start to ask, am I double root? So why I meditate so long, I don't see any jhana? But usually quite hard to check you are double root or not. But rootless is very easy to check, because you know what? You are not mentally retarded. If you're mentally retarded, I don't think you'll be here, okay? You should be in that handicap center. And then usually the sexual anomaly also not in our realm, it's in the different, maybe you can see this, is in the brothel or all this, or prostitution, you can see that more common in that area. So usually they are quite not that common in our realm of Buddhism realm. And then if let's say you can't see, can't hear, inborn you are dumb, and also you are deaf, you are blind, you are also not common to see in our circle. So this group of people, usually you are in the handicap center, you will see that they are all considered rootless. Why they call it as a rootless? Okay, this is a karma, they're reborn in this way. Meaning to say, the moment they're born, you see, their defect, in the past life, actually, if somebody got psychic, the moment you pass away, if somebody got psychic, they're able to see who you are in the future. Why? Because the five jhana will appear some nimitta, and the nimitta will show that you got some effect. If you got the defect in the organ, it will show them. So in a simple way, we call it as the rootless. So basically, you can't change anything. Even though Buddhism always said that we should, the faith is in your hand. But anyway, you are still subject to the karma. If you are blind, how can you see? Right? Not if you are deaf, especially inborn one, we call it as a congenital. You can't do anything. But of course, there got some rare case that for those who handicap, they can still perform better than us. Very rare. But if you talk about the meditation, I think got something to do with the brain also. That's why the person, what we call the sexual anomaly, maybe they are the LGBTs, the group of that. So maybe some they will argue that it is a discrimination. Okay, you discriminate us LGBT that we can't attain nibbana or what? Well, if you talk about this case, just like same during Olympic, why do we separate men and the woman? It is a discrimination. We look down women, so we separate them. And then why we have a Paralympic? We have to separate normal people and the paralyzed, and the handicapped people in Olympic. It's not a discrimination because there are some difference in physicality. So we have to lay down some rules to make it fair. So we have to really think about what does it mean discrimination. It's the same. This group of people, we call it as inferiority. It's not a discrimination because they have got some limit to this type of people. So usually LGBT, rootless, usually they can become a Buddhist. For the rootless, usually, especially mental retarded, even they cannot clean themselves. How can they learn the Buddhist? But the second root, yes, maybe. But they can become a Buddhist, especially the rootless one. Usually quite hard to join our Sangha community. Then, because if they join, we create a lot of trouble in Sangha community. It's not a discrimination. It's because the handicap in the physical, we make them, we handicap them, and we cause more trouble if they join us. So this is why we lay down the rule. It's not a discrimination. We have to really know that now. Yeah, Elena, any question? I answer you first.
Sifu, what if the person is born blind or deaf, but then after they've gone through an operation, they can see, they can hear?
Okay.
So does it mean that from rootless they go to somewhere else?
No, Elena, if you are congenital, am I use the right word, congenital? I mean, genetically you are blind and deaf. Usually you can't do anything. Usually after operation, you can recover. You inborn normal. But car accident or what, then you can't see. So you can be recovered by the surgery. But usually if you're inborn one, cannot. Because let's say your eye, you don't have any retina. How can you replace your retina? If you're inborn, your ear inside the nerve totally gone already, no nerve, then how can you do it? Except the technology can keep on have some advancement to it. But if got the advancement, make them can see and hear, then next we have to check is the brain. Because we noticed that during meditation, nimitta appear is involves some brain, you see. So the brain must be the normal people can really expand the nimitta, and the nimitta will go to consume different part of the brain. So finally, first jhana, you don't see, you don't hear. But anyway, it's not a handicap, it's because the ability of the brain can expand. So this is the difference. Elena, you correct or not? It's a congenital or non-congenital. Deaf or blind is a different case. Yeah, go home, please.
Sifu, just to twist the scenario a bit, if let's say a person which is normal all this while, but because maybe accident,
Yes.
blind or deaf, then is it still considered as rootless?
No, not rootless. If you're inborn, you O is the normal, so you are 3 root already. So even though after a car accident, you still can attain jhana. Because we got a case of Anuruddha. Anuruddha, is one of the major disciples, one of the 10 disciples. But during Buddha speaking the Dharma, he fall asleep, So Buddha admonished him, he say, during I give a Dharma talk, you just still want to sleep, you just later on, next life you reborn, become this Shuham Lala, you can sleep forever. So later after this, he regretful and remorse. So he just worked very hard, meditate until blind already. So later on, Shakyamuni Buddha teach him a special method. So he opened his divine eye. So meaning to say that there's a different case, inborn and not inborn. So this is Anuruddha. We call it as number 1 in the divine eye. Let me show you the case. So this is Anuruddha, the name. Anuruddha. Anuruddha. Okay, divine eye. Divine eye. It's a number 1 for the Buddha disciple. See, Anuruddha divine eye. I think, let me see first. It doesn't come to the good picture. It's a nonsense. Okay, Anuruddha divine eye. Aniruddha. Okay, anyway, you can see it's a cursor of the Gautama Buddha. Then you can see the divine eye. Okay, I don't get the picture. Usually in Mandarin, we can easily get Mandarin is the Anali. Okay, Anali. Then usually it's a 天眼第一 See. Usually when we draw the picture, we will especially highlight the third eye glass. Third eye. Third eye. See not the third eye usually very obvious this part is the third eye for Anuruddha. He does blind before. He did blind before. Yes, and then later on to recover with the divine eye, even better. But anyway, if you got a divine eye, we got some rules and regulation. During Buddha time, if you go to drink the water, you can't use the divine eye. Because if you use divine eye, at that time, they have to use the filter to filter the water, not like nowadays. But if without filtering, even sometimes even after the filter, still got the very small, or maybe the germs you are able to see with the divine eye. Then how can you drink? You will think about, oh, am I killing or not? So that's why the rule and regulation that you cannot use the divine eyes to see this type of the water. Because if you discover so many germs, you feel guilty killing after drinking it. So that's why we got some rule for this. Okay. But nowadays we have all this. We don't have this type of problem because number one, very hard we can get the divine eye. Second, all the water have been chlorinated. It's over clean already. Even until can poison us already nowadays. Okay, so this is, we call it as rootless. So I think I finished all the technical already in the simple work. So now let me try to go back to the technical work. If you cannot cope the technical, you might just forget about it. But it's time for you to serious study. Please try to follow all the technical. So number one, we call it as a double rooted. Let's see first. Why we talk about all this rootless or the root one? Plus we have to go back to the page. Let me show you the page number. Where can we get it? Please turn to the page number 1, class 18 root. Okay, 18 root. So please go to the chapter 1. Okay, so let's see your page number. So we just scroll down. Then we'll come to the 18 root. Unwholesome chitta. Wait, some more. Okay, yes. Yeah, we reach already. Yes, this page. Okay, the rootless chitta. Table 1.3. Okay, if you're able to get this, please tell us. Rootless chitta. Okay. Do you get the diagram? So if you get, please tell people what's the page number. Table 1.3.
43.
43. Okay. So please go to page 43. Okay. Why do we call it why people reborn as a rootless? The reason is because of this class equanimity unwholesome. If let's say class you are unwholesome, equanimity, investigating, okay, this chitta will bring you to the woeful state. Okay, so this is how we, solve the issue. We don't say that greedy make you reborn in a woeful state. Hatred make you reborn. No, we don't say in this way. Greedy, anger, stupidity, later on it will transform, become the unwholesome resultant, equanimity, investigating, then you reborn to the woeful state. Okay, so this is the one. Okay, then if as a rootless, you reborn, become a human, become the rootless one. You are the wholesome resultant, equanimity, investigating. This is the one to make you reborn, become a human. You see, the difference is between the unwholesome and the wholesome. Because since it's unwholesome, it's supposed to go to the woeful state. Since it's a wholesome, you come to become the human, but it is the inferior human. Basically, for all realm, human is the most comprehensive realm because that include rootless, double root, and triple root human. They're all categorized different, just like Durian Tempatan, D24, and the Musang King. All you can see all the different variety, brand, and quality in the durian store. See or not? Okay. So meaning to say that triple root is considered Musang King, the best quality one. The rootless maybe it's a durian kampong the quality is not good one. Okay. Then let's take a look. So you have to understand this. Okay. Then you get it already. So if let's say you reborn from this, okay, you cannot appear any jhana. You see the text is come here, you see. Let me show you. Now class, let's take a look, you see. Now, two types of investigating, as I show you, equanimity, see, not rootless, rebirth consciousness, okay. Then of course they are dissociated from the knowledge that we call it as a tabarut. Okay, later. Okay, let me see you. What happened to them is the root of the delusion and the wisdom. Then you see, and also for this group of the people, we call it as a functional jhana, meaning to say they are the arahana, functional jhana. A class, where is a functional jhana? Please come to this. Functional jhana. It's not here. I will show you later on. But here, let me show you this. Let me try to finish this first. So class, take a look here. You see, blissful. In the blissful being human, if devoid of wisdom, owing to the inferiority of the rebirth consciousness, tree root great resultant. Even though you are tree root, but you could be inferior. Okay, then if let's say, according here, let's say, if you are the woeful state. Even though it's a two root, you cannot perform registration. And now we don't talk about registration. I want to show you is the jhana. You see, class, the sentence here. Nor can such being attain absorption either by ways of the jhana or the path. Yes, this is the important point. Meaning to say, you can neither develop the jhana and also the path. That is the key point here. So meaning to say that, so this type of people, they can't develop, including the double-rooted, okay? So can you follow? I can, okay. Okay, so this is the diagram we're going to use it. Then later on, once we talk about rootless, and we talk about the double root. What does it mean, the double root? Class, please go to the chapter 2. Okay, I want to show you the diagram in the chapter 2. Okay, class, please go to the list of the table. Table chapter 2. Okay, page 79 in my PDF file. Okay. Yeah. You must be able to get this diagram to understand a triple root. Okay. So what's the page, Sally?
79.
Okay, 79. Okay. So we call it as a triple root. What root is it? So please highlight number 32, non-greed. Number 33, non-hatred. And then lastly, 52, wisdom faculty, non-delusion. If you're reborn with the triple root, meaning to say that you rebirth with this three root. What does it mean root? Root meaning to say that they are the Chittasika to provide the stability for the Chitta. With the present, your Chitta is very stable and it provides a good quality for you. Class, once we talk about the double root, usually is the absence of Sally. If we call double root, is the absence of non-greed, non-hatred, or non-delusion. Which one absent we call it as a double rooted?
Without non-delusion.
Yes, correct. Correct. Good. Are you guessing it? Or actually you really know it? You really know it,
Guess.
I guess. Okay, not familiar enough. So you have to repeat many times abhidhamma. It works because by knowing this, all the dhamma talk is very simple for you after you've gone through abhidhamma. Okay. So class, meaning to say that if without the wisdom, same, since with the absence of the wisdom faculty, so we understand that you cannot attain the jhana and the path. Get it? But anyway, with the presence of the non-greed and the non-hatred root, you still can perform what? You can still do the dana, you can do the meditation, but you just can reach is to the excess concentration, but not the best quality you cannot attain. So if it happened that we are the double road, what can we do? Actually, we can't do anything. We just keep on meditate and do the excess concentration, even though with the absorption, we just do a lot of good things. So next life, when we pass away, okay, so this vipaka body, we're going to change it. So hopefully we change a good body, then with the triple root, then at that time, we can really attain jhana and also the nibbana. Okay, class get it? So this is what can we do. Okay, so that is the meaning of that. Okay, let me go back to the text again, explain every sentence. Okay, so class, let's take a look here. Okay, so it says in the blissful plane, such as a human world, we consider a blissful plane. For those rebirth by the relinking chitta, devoid of wisdom, just now said the answer is a non-delusion, with the absence of a non-delusion. So it's because the inferiority of the rebirth consciousness three-rooted, so they don't have any registration. Okay, okay, well, I think the registration for here is not that important. But I think that the most important key sentence is this. So class, please just really understand this sentence. Because next time when you're meeting somebody, once they are under rootless or double rooted, and they're very enthusiastic, they show the enthusiasm in meditation. So maybe you can tell them indirectly that actually no matter how hard of them, they can hardly attain this jhana and the path. Okay. So we finish this. Now we go to the triple root, which we label as the Musang King. So yes, Elena, can you please read amongst those?
Those with triple-rooted rebirth consciousness, to arahats, no wholesome or unwholesome jhavanas arise. Similarly to trainees and worldlings, functional jhavanas do not arise, nor do jhavanas associated with wrong view and doubt arise to the trainees. To non-returner individuals, there are no jhavanas associated with aversion, but the supramundane jhavanas are experienced only by noble ones according to their respective capacities. Those reborn by relinking consciousness associated with knowledge are said to have triple-rooted rebirth. These individuals may be worldlings, trainees, or arahats, who have of course become such after taking rebirth, not by virtue of their rebirth consciousness. At the path of stream entry, the defilements of wrong views and doubt are eradicated. Thus, jhavanas associated with wrong views or doubt cannot arise in trainees. Non-returners have eliminated the defilement of aversion and therefore no longer experience citta rooted in aversion.
Summary, I think, okay, please go, no need the guide, no need, okay, so we try to finish this.
Among...
no need, okay, okay, we highlight the point here. Okay. Wow, Sally, your chair is so convenient. Yes, with a view at the bottom. Yes. No need to standing. You just, the chair can bring you to get your thermos. Very convenient. Yeah. Okay, class, let's take a look. Once we talk about triple root, it means who? Worldling, Trini, or Arahant. Who is the worldling? Class, you and I. Okay, it's a worldling. What is a Trini? Class, Trini is Sotapan, Sadakagami, Anahangami. We call it as first fruit, second fruit, third fruit. Usually, conventionally, we call them as a first fruit, second fruit, and the third fruit. Okay, the Arahant is the Arahant. We have to separate them. The reason is because Arahant, we specifically allocate we call it as functional. All the functional, we specifically allocate a functional consciousness for the Arahant. So class, please go to the diagram. Let me check first. Okay, please go to the the list of the table, page 28, class. 28. Okay, 28. So what page are you for you? 28, please. Diagram is table 1.1. Yeah, what's the page?
28.
Oh, 28, same. Okay, class. Yeah, class, take a look for this table. Okay, we will allocate some specific consciousness for Arahant, which is sense sphere functional, fine material sphere functional, immaterial sphere functional. Once you hear the words functional, it's specifically allocated for the Arahant. And including the rootless one, they got one is smiling, also allocate for Arahant. Because they got three rootless, one is a smiling. Why? Functional, what does it mean functional? Functional meaning to say that it is not a karma, it is neither a karma nor it is neither a karma nor a resultant. So what does that mean? Meaning to say that it doesn't create any karma. We need this for the Buddha Arahant. Because for Buddha Arahant, what we see, this is their last life already. If this is the last life, but anyway, for Buddha, even though this is the last life, they still have to walk, they still have to eat. They will say, oh, the food is good. Okay, they will still meditate. Okay, they still meditate, and they will still feel painful. But for all this action, if let's say they still trigger the karma, but they don't have any next life. So how can we? I mean, it is contradict already. So for them, we are using functional. Whatever their karma they create is functional, and which is without any karma effect. Then can explain to them only. Got it? Not class. So for Buddha, the last life of the Buddha Arahant, whatever they create is a functional. It's not a karma. Because after this, there will be no more reborn for Arahant and the Buddha. So that's why the functional is specifically for them. Okay? Get it? Even though the smiling also, they smile, but they don't have any effect. But also quite surprised why a smile have to specifically allocate for them. I mean, is there any karma for us after laughing? Except you laugh in a very exaggerating way, or I think usually laughing not a very bad karma, right? So I don't know why. Sometimes there's some academic issue behind all this question. Okay, so class, we come back here. So we understand that for Arahant, all is regarded functional. So here, we know certain thing that number one, for the trainee, wrong will and doubt never happen. Doubt for what? Doubt for the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha and the precept. They never have the doubt for that. So this is why the trainee, they will attain, we call it as a 四不坏境. What is that? Let me searching for you. Okay, 四不 English ENGLISH 四不坏境. Let's see. Regarding this doubt, it means this. Okay, indestructible. Let's see first. 四不坏境 四不坏境 okay, a four subject of indestructible faith class. For the Sotaban, they already attained the four subject of indestructible faith. They never have a doubt for the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, and the precept. This we call it as four subject of indestructible faith. And they never have a wrong faith, you see not? For them, they will never have a wrong will. No more wrong will for them. Okay. Then for a non-returner is the Sadakagami, third stage Arahant. So no jhana with the aversion. So meaning to say that you will totally out of the aversion, never feel angry until to the third stage Arahant. So meaning to say, when you start quarrel with another Buddhist, and they say that, how can you angry as a Buddhist? You say, only non-returner with totally no anger. So now I'm still eligible for being angry. You can say in this way, yeah. Except you're in the jhana, if let's say we are in the deep jhana, of course you wouldn't feel any angry. But once you come back again in the normal life, except you are the non-returner or anybody still subject to angry. Which one is correct? You are subject to angry or you are eligible to angry? Or you are entitled to angry, so you shouldn't blame me.
Anger, not angry.
Or anger. So I should use entitled. We are still entitled to angry, even though we are Buddhists, because we are not non-returner. So you can say in this way. Okay, next, let's see. One more is non-jhana. Okay, supramandate jhana only by the noble one. Supramandate jhana. So mandate jhana is for us. Supramandate is only for that. Okay, let's see. Okay, we finish already. So summary finish already. A lot. We still have to go through some calculation. Summary. Let's see first. Okay. So you want to go through the calculation? You want to go through calculation? Or are you hating the calculation? Sally Elena, shall we go through the calculation? The mathematic? Or you don't want? We just jump. No calculation. No calculation. Okay. So we just jump. We just go to the theory. More interesting. Never mind, it's okay. Why? Because I myself is the education minister. So we can decide everything. Okay, so we just jump the calculation. So we come here, analysis by the way of the planes. Class actually, our progress is similar with the Chinese class actually. Okay, analysis by way of a plane. Sally, please, can you read the passage? In the sense sphere.
In the sense sphere plane, all these foregoing connective processes occur according to circumstances. In the five material sphere plane, all occur with the exception of jhanas connected with aversion and registration moments. In the immaterial sphere plane, all occur with further exception of the first part. Five material sphere consciousness, spiraling consciousness, and the lower immaterial classes of consciousness. Guide to 27. In the present passage, plane, bhumi, refers to plane of existence, not to planes of consciousness. Chittas connected with aversion do not occur in the fine material plane because aversion is well suppressed in the preliminary training for attaining the jhana. Aversion and registration are also absent in the immaterial plane. Spiraling cannot occur without a physical body. Those who reborn into any immaterial realm do not attain the fine material sphere jhanas or lower immaterial sphere jhanas. In all planes, all those who are devoid of particular sense or sense organs, cognitive process connected with the corresponding doors do not arise. To the non-percipient beings, there is absolutely no cognitive process whatsoever. To those who are devoid of particular sense organs, those who are blind, deaf, etc., in the sense sphere plane, and the beings, the five material planes, who lack the sense of smell, taste, and touch. To the non-percipient beings, these beings are completely devoid of consciousness and thus have no connective process.
Okay, yes. Summary, yes, I just finished the summary. Summary, I no need lah. It's a calculation, a summary. You all hate the calculation. Okay, no problem. Okay.
People you better turn over to the side.
I didn't turn what lah? Sorry. Yes, I didn't turn what, Sally?
I only see your face.
You just see my face only, right?
I did see the page.
Okay.
Yes, good.
I can see now. Yeah. Exception. Registration. Sorry. Finish this. Finish. Sally Lena. Finish. Okay. Smiling. Consciousness. Aversion to my occurrence. Suppress. Okay. Let's try to explain now. So once we come here, okay, so class for this is try to mention is let's see, we come here first. Okay, analysis. Once we talk about the analysis, meaning to say that we got the sensual plane, fine material plane, and the immaterial sphere. Okay, so we try to analyze in each particular plane what type of chitta can arise, what type of the chitta cannot arise. Okay, class basically there got some rules it's quite special. Is if let's say you reborn in the immaterial sphere, you will never meditate the kasina or this to make yourself drop down. Never. In the immaterial, you just keep on progress, and progress. Same, if you are reborn in the fine material, basically you keep on progress, and progress. It's quite surprised it happened in this way. And then for the fine material, basically it never have any aversion, because in the jhana, all aversion, 5 hindrances has been suppressed. And also immaterial sphere, all the 5 hindrances have been suppressed, so they will never have an anger or greedy, all this element happen. Okay, and then if let's say for those blind and the deaf, of course they won't have any cognitive process. But same in the fine material sphere. In fine material sphere, even though they have the organ of the nose and the tongue, but they don't have any nerve there. So meaning to say that for the fine material sphere being, they are able to see, they are able to hear, but they cannot smell and taste. Can you tell me why? Why the people in the first, second, third, fourth jhana, they can't they can't smell, and also they can't taste? You think why? Why in the fine material sphere, the being there,
they don't need to eat.
Yes, if they don't need to eat, how do they survive? How do they sustain? How do they sustain? They sustain with the jhana. So jhana is the food for themselves. So basically, if you don't eat, of course, the organs still present. So for those have been in the first jhana and met the being before, they said that they look very beautiful, very radiant with all the light. We present all the organ. But since they don't eat and no need to eat, so with the absence of these 2 nerve system. But anyway, since they still can hear, meaning to say that they can hear the Dharma and develop the meditation and the vipassana in the fine material sphere. But for those in the immaterial sphere, since immaterial meaning to say they don't have any physical body, so meaning to say that they don't have any ear. This is the reason why after attainment Buddhahood of the Shakyamuni, he said, I feel so sorry to my teacher. Why they reborn? Because once they reborn to the immaterial sphere, I can't pass the message of cultivating to them because they don't have any physical body. Get it or not? So later on, in Buddhism, we have the conclusion that they got 8 places. Please don't go to reborn, because why? You can't learn any Buddhism. One of them is all immaterial sphere, and then the next one is the deaf, blind, that include them. So this is because this is how it works in the Buddhism. So we go back to the text. Okay, see or not? Okay, now you see in the sense sphere, foregoing connective process occur. In the fine material sphere, you see all occur, exception of the jhana connected with the aversion registration. Class in the fine material, I meaning to say that no registration. Registration only can occur is in the sensual realm. But here they said aversion can occur. I feel they got something wrong already. Maybe this school have a quite special experience, I don't know lah. Then you see in immaterial sphere, I mean except first path, meaning to say you cannot attain any first fruition in immaterial sphere. And then you see five material sphere, they can't attain because that's a downgrading. Smiling cannot. Why cannot smiling in immaterial sphere, Elena? Why smiling consciousness cannot happen in immaterial sphere? Why?
There's no.
The mic on the mic, please.
They don't have a body, right?
Yes. So there's no need to smile. If you're already fed up with the human here, I think it's good for you to be born there, so you don't need to deal with any human. Am I right, Because most of the CEO, the most headache issue is the human, they say. They spend 60 to 70% of the time and even the brain just to handle the human. The job and the task is so easy to do. Am I right, Ko Hong? Human is most difficult part to handle. Then next, let's take a look. You see, the lower immaterial classes. So meaning to say they wouldn't gone down one. This one they never gone down one. You see, so the lower cannot. Class exception exception. So they wouldn't go down. They could be lower down. Okay, so let's come back here. You see, with the smiling cannot occur, no physical body. Then we finish already. Now you see, here they say those who are blind and deaf in the sense field plane and the being in the fine material lack the senses of the smell, taste, and the touch. Okay. Then this one, that they are completely devoid of a consciousness and thus have no connective process. See, not they don't have any connective process because of the lack of the smell, touch, and the taste and the touch. Yes, they don't have the sense of the touch because at the fine material sphere 嗰度佢哋比神仙做高境界so they don't have any physical body. Some people claim that if you're able to see them, you just see the light only. They are radiating all the time. So in the Nikaya, some deva they come down requesting for the dharma, some maybe is from the first jhana, but the most they will come is only first jhana only. The upper than the first jhana, they never come to the human, the realm. Why? Because they come to the human realm just like us to see all the worms in the jamban. Look very horrible. For us, for them, we are very dirty actually. So they never come down one. Okay, we finished the class. We finished whole chapter already. Okay, so yes, we come to the process free in the next chapter. Okay, you got choice class. Okay, do we like to attempt the questions for this chapter? Because I already finished the Chinese one, I will ask ChatGPT to translate in English. Just one thing, okay, one snap they can produce already. I let you to have an open book test. You want to have a try? This chapter, okay? You want to try? Or you want to try? I will try to make sure that the quality is good. I will provide you the answer. Usually, it's easy for you. Why? Because usually, at the part I highlight is the question. It's the question itself. So I provide you the question and the answer. You can try the question first with the open book test. If you prefer challenge yourself, you can just read and do the closed book. Okay, you can try it this way. May I know who is going to try the closed book test? Anyone? No. I myself only, because I see my hand raised up. I myself try it. Okay, so you do the question by open book test. So you try to look for, so meaning to say when you are searching the answer, at the same time you refresh the point, and then you got the question you can ask. Because no point we just go through so fast without comprehension. You see, better you understand it better. Okay. So we stop the class here. I let you try. Please wait for me first. see how is the quality of the translation by ChatGPT first. If it's good, you just adapt yourself and then you mark the answer by yourself also. If it is not good, you wait for me, I will say the quality is not good, so no need to try. So next time we met, we come with the next chapter. So the next chapter we call it as what? It's a free cognitive process. Let's take a look. Process free. What does that mean? Meaning to say, in this chapter, we talk about all the realm, reincarnation, come to a different realm, what is the vipaka, all this type of stuff, and the different type of the karma, which is very preliminary. Once you first step in the Buddhism, usually you learn all this is the chapter number 6 one. Because they talk about the karma, they talk about the 6th realm, it's very fundamental. But for the Abhidhamma teacher, they put it as a chapter number 6. So you can really try to think about why they arrange it this way. So we finished our class. Please palms together. I wish to inculcate.
I wish to inculcate.
On the mind, more favorable consciousness.
All favorable consciousness.
Through transferring merit. To my past life enemy and relative.
To my past life enemy and relatives.
May they be liberated.
May they be liberated.
And free from suffering.
And free from suffering.
Attain Nibbana. And helping others to do the same. Yeah, go home, please.
We all thank you, Sifu, for this kind teach. We pay 3 respect to teacher. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay, bye-bye.